Well, it's not deja vu all over again in the House of Representatives. Yes, Terry Norelli is the Speaker of the House, who became the first Democratic Speaker of the House in 2006 in almost 100 years. But after 4 years serving as their Speaker, and then 2 years in exile, this is a different Terry Norelli. Her politics aren't different. And her personality is really not different. But I think her approach to the job, we're already seeing, is going to be very different. I think she's going to try even more than in those 4 years to be a more bipartisan figure. She announced that in December she's going to hold training sessions that will include not only her Democratic leadership, but also the Republican leadership as well. And I think both she and new House Republican leader Gene Chandler signaled there's going to be an attempt here to work together in a more bipartisan way, certainly than there was during the first term when new Speaker Terry Norelli took over in 2007. The other way this new person, who's really an old person, Terry Norelli, the Speaker of the House, will be different is I think she's turning the page in terms of her leadership team. I think she's essentially saying, look, this is going to be a meritocracy, okay? It's not going to be the seniority system. So just because you were on the committee for 20 years, or you're the ranking Democrat on the committee the last 3 terms, now that the Democrats have a narrow majority, doesn't mean you're going to be in control. No, Republicans are not going to be chairing House committees. But what I'm saying is her choices are going to be different. That's what she signaled when she took Mary Jane Wallner, her second lieutenant, and made her chairman of the House Finance Committee. Now, Mary Jane Wallner comes from a lot of experience on the Finance Committee, but for the last 4 years, she was a partisan figure. She was the chief Democrat on the floor of the House. But this is going to be a very tough budget, and I think Speaker Norelli wanted someone like Mary Jane Wallner, who's also been a provider in the state healthcare system, to take the reins of this budget and try and put it together. And we're seeing that in other ways, replacing Mary Jane Wallner with Steve Shurtleff, who a Concord city councilor, a former deputy marshal in the federal law enforcement system, someone who worked extremely well with Republicans on his committee, the Criminal Justice and Corrections and Public Safety Committee, has made him the majority leader. A seemingly partisan person, but someone who's going to reach across the aisle and I think work well with House Republican leader Gene Chandler. And we're certainly seeing that in other committees as well that will be coming out in the coming days. Choosing David Campbell, Nashua Democrat, who ran against Terry Norelli for Speaker of the House, and making him chairman of the House Public Works and Highways Committee, which makes a lot of sense. He's had a lot of experience in that area. Candace Bouchard, who used to chair the committee Campbell is going to now chair, making her the new chairman of the House Transportation Committee, which is right next door to David Campbell's section. And why is that significant? Well, Candace Bouchard supported Dave Campbell for Speaker of the House, not Terry Norelli. And I think that's what I've gone back to before, is Norelli's trying to find the best people possible, not just my inner core supporters who helped get me here in the first place. And many of those folks were rewarded in 2006 in that leadership team. But Terry Norelli's turning the page. This is going to be a different leadership team and extended a Democratic majority. And with even smaller numbers than she had in 2006, she's got her work cut out for her holding this majority together.